Today is crucially important because we're getting towards the end of the week, and it's not even crucially important just for me to talk about it, but I almost feel like I myself am looking at myself laying in bed, bending down, trying to get myself to wake up. Because if you're motivated to something, to be motivated is to have a motive. You have a reason as to why you're doing what you do. So I keep reminding myself of all of these reasons, of which there are many, and they all go incredibly deep. As in, my future could either be good or it could be horrible. And I make that very explicit. So there still just has not been enough of an edge this week. Not enough intensity around my work. So that's why I feel like I myself am trying to wake myself up, like, hey, what's going on? We've got to go. There cannot be any moment of any day missed. You have to be discerning constantly. Give your full attention to what you're doing. You can't miss in regards to, if you have a plan, getting your attention pulled away from the plan, because that means there's an issue with the plan. You can't miss in regards to intensity, which also will force your attention to get pulled away from the plan. You can't miss in regards to not knowing the plan, obviously. So with that being said, I still need to operate with patience and humility. I know that the solution is not to operate with anxious energy. And this morning I laid in bed for a moment and I questioned, I was like, do I need to change my day around a little bit? As in, rather than get coffee and write first, train first. No, I don't think that's best. I truly don't think that's best, and I'm not being weak-minded in regards to that, especially relative to when I eat in the day. Working out has to come in the middle of the day. So now I'm going to a coffee shop. I get to write. I get to have this time to write, and I just need to be, I need to go into every activity that I do, every event that I'm involved in, every daily event, and walk away with there having been no doubt that I did everything in my power to engage in that event in the best way possible, to the best of my ability. I have to be undeniable. Alright, I've cut out the middleman. I'm just making the food straight up in my vehicle right now. There's no reason to get out of my vehicle, get a big setup of making my meal. What is the purpose? What is the reason I'm making the food to begin with? It's to eat it. It's not to get some big grandiose setup and have like an hour or 2 hour meal time. Right now I'm eating way earlier in the day than I usually eat. because I was really hungry. And maybe I'll eat twice today. But nonetheless, I'm not going to mess around with driving around to find a cool place to make it, or find a legal place to make it, or what have you. I just parked in a random spot. I'm going to make this food real quick, and then I'm going to move on to the next thing. Because I have things to do. I'm behind. I need to record podcasts every week. I need to aim for 2. It's Thursday. I've recorded none. That is not the way. Now, is that okay? Yes. For now. Because the week is still redeemable. But what I've learned is I'm not messing around anymore. I'm not playing games. I've got things that I have to accomplish. And I'm just going to get right to the point. No more dilly-dallying. No more driving around. The purpose is to eat the food. I'm going to make the food, and then I'm going to eat it. No more letting these small, trivial things interrupt my day. Now, when I eat the food, should I just scarf it down really quickly? No. I should thank God. But while I'm making it, should I just make it really quickly and not mess around with it? Yes. Yes. So now I'm listening to a podcast, not literally right at this moment, but I'm just in my vehicle. I just got done writing like 30 minutes ago. I went over. Now I'm making this food. It's a quick transition because I've got to get on to planning. I need to know where I'm going to travel to. I need to know where I'm going to stay when I travel. I need to know the destinations between now and then. I need contingency plans. I've got things I have to get done. I'm not going to mess around with eating. We're going to make this food, we're going to eat it, and we're going to go onward. I just got done roasting in the sauna for about 40 plus minutes. Okay, maybe about 35 minutes actually, but it's a sauna that the heat gets up very high. So that wrecked me in the best way possible. But I also got a really good lift in prior. Before I worked out, I realized something really important. And it's also interesting the way that I realized it was, it's been very important to write a plan. So I've been trying to plan things out, but it's really not actually straightforward as to how one makes a plan. So I've got 7 habits, and what I did is I just was writing out details surrounding them. I was listing them out, writing out actionable things that I could do every day, because that's literally the whole point of what they are, they're habits. So I was writing out one thing actionable in a more articulate way than what I have before. But as I was doing that, I was relisting them out, and it started to kind of seem mathematical, like chess is mathematical. And I was like, oh, these two go together, these two go together, these 3 kind of go together. And I was like, but they go together in this way. And the short of the way that I arranged them was, I've got these 7 habits, and it's essentially spiritual, mental, physical, body. So I was able to take the 7 of them and distill it down to 3, to essentially 3. And it I didn't set out to even shorten them. I just started to realize that it makes sense that they're all intertwined, of course, but some are more in the same category than others, although it isn't initially apparent that that is the case. But after just immersing myself in them and rewriting them out and defining them, redefining them, I started to realize that, and I'll say one of the categories is body. And the two that went together, I mean, it's so obvious, but it's nutrition and training. That's the two that ended up going in that category. And one of the things that I realized I had to do is they can't just be habits, but they have to be goals, as in they have to be going into a direction. But it's not necessarily straightforward as to what my physical goals are at the moment. But I was like, all right, my ability to do pull-ups is very weak right now. My push-ups are not horrible, but they're both weaker than they need to be, and pull-ups especially are incredibly, just an absolute struggle for me to do. I would say I can do 5 good pull-ups, 5 sets of 5 good pull-ups right now. But the final sets aren't very good. So the short of it, the date that I said is 2/4/24, because that is a day. Numbers have meaning to them, and that is obviously 24/24. So that's pretty straightforward, easy to remember. Good numbers, 2 and 4 are both good numbers as well. 24 is a really good number. So February 4th, 2024, I have to do 25 pull-ups, I have to be able to do one set of 25 pull-ups, one set of 100 push-ups, and I have to be able to run 40 miles. Oh, nice. I have to be able to run 5 miles in 40 minutes, so 8-minute miles. So that's one example. That's my physical goals. But the reason why I bring that up is because while I was at the gym, that is essentially where my focus was at. It was one of the better lifts that I've had in a long time. And it was at least partly, or I'd say mainly, because there's more purpose behind it. Yes, more purpose. I just caught my attention that I'm at this church right here. And there might be people going to it, and if people are going to it, I'll go up in there as well, see what's going on. Because that's probably the best church in Indianapolis, I'll say it. Right, so the fact of having a goal drove my workout. And you could criticize that goal, 25 pull-ups, not even that good, but pull-ups overall are definitely good. I think that would be a good number to strive for. May I change the goal? May I tweak the goal a little bit? That's a minimum tier type of goal. So I need to be able to do that no matter what, but should I evolve the goal as I go along? We'll see. But I need to at least be able to do what I just said. Right, so I'm at the store right now. One other thing I'll say is that I also realized that in regards to nutrition, I need to eat more calories, but I've been directionless regarding what to eat, and so I've realized that what to eat is, I need to just list out everything that I can eat and listen to my body, and then eat as much of what I've allowed myself to eat, if that makes sense. So I have a list of things that I can eat, and then allow there to be variety, but then eat as much of those things because those have been pre-designated good for you. So beef, fruit, honey, maple syrup, it's all good for you. It's all really good. People may not think maple syrup's good for you, but it's really good for you. Right, so I'm at this grocery store right now. I'll probably run up another meal of meat. It'll either be another meal of meat or euros. So do I have to make that decision? No, I've already got the meat, actually. I'll just say it, I've already got the meat. So what am I doing at the grocery store? I was going to get a kombucha. And then I was going to go, and there's a place where it's Thursday night, so I could make this food, bring this food to this place with me, eat this food and watch Thursday night football, and play chess. Or continue to plan. Or continue to plan. So that's where we'll go.